Hi, my name is Anna, and today I'm going to do a Draw My Life video. This video was suggested by my very good friend Lisa, so thank you for that idea. My story started on a very warm summer's night on the 20th of August 1996. I was born in a little town called Almere in the Netherlands. My mother always told me what a fat baby I was, and I had really black hair and a very white skin, so she used to call me a China doll. I grew up pretty quickly and started to walk and talk, and I wasn't alone. I also had a very sweet big sister. Both my mom and dad still had jobs at the time, so me and my sister went to a nursery or kindergarten, I'm not sure how this is called. But I still remember the story of when it was my birthday and I was too scared to wear the birthday hat. I couldn't wear it, so my sister had to come from the other group and play my body double. Later, my mom decided to quit her job and take care of me and my sister. And I'm pretty glad she did this because we had the most awesome youth I could ever imagine. Still, my mother wanted some sort of job, so she decided to babysit other children. This wasn't really a success at first, since the first kid, his dinosaur, ate all of our Barbies, but actually the second girl turned out to be one of my best friends still today. With her, I also wrote my very first story, Sasha the Ladybug. She even got a little sister later on, and she's also still one of my best friends. When I was around 3 years old, I followed my sister and went to ballet class. I loved it so much, and I think I did it around 8 years. It was awesome. But then I turned 4 years old, and in the Netherlands that means you have to get to primary school. I remember one of my first weeks so well because out of my classroom I could see my sister in the other classroom, and that made me miss her so much that I ran to the hallway and she ran with me, and in the middle of the hallway we hugged. I believe the teachers had to pull us away from each other, with me probably crying really loudly. This is probably a good time to mention that I wasn't an easy kid. I always looked angry even though I wasn't, and if you would say I looked angry, I would become angry. Also, things had to go my way, and if you didn't like it, then you better find yourself another friend. I also remember one of the many feuds I had with teacher about drawing a horse. I thought my horse was so ugly, so I just said to her, no, this is not a horse, this is ugly. And she became so angry. I still remember this. I was around 6 years old when my attitude surely changed. I became the quiet, shy kid who didn't really existed in class at all. Nevertheless, I still made some pretty awesome friends, and some of them are even one of my best friends today. One of those girls also had a passion for riding, so together we would have riding afternoons, in which we would both ride and also share our stories with each other. I also went on hockey around that time, and that was all because of rocket power. When I was 7 years old, me and my dad were in the car and he asked me to read the signs. It took me really long to read them, and he kind of knew something was up. Both me and my sister went to an optician, and as it turned out, we both needed some glasses. As time passed and I grew older, lost some friends, got some friends, I also had my first crush. Yeah, I was around 10, 11 years old and thought it was an amazing idea to write the guy in front of me a self-written poem and give it to him on Valentine's Day. If I could turn back time. I was grabbing my coat for a lunch break until the sound of laughter filled my ears, and it turned out to be pretty much every guy out of my class laughing about my self-written poem. My mother had to drag me out of the bedroom because I was crying so hard and didn't want to get out in a million years. Right after, I cursed the kid with every curse I could think of. And also, I had a pretty amazing girl squad coming up to my house to support me while walking towards school. Thanks a lot, girls, you the best. That year I also got my very own camera, which was amazing because I usually just stole my father's, but now I could finally make my own videos with my own camera. That year I also had my end musical from primary school, and I got to sing Fabulous from High School Musical too, and that made me realize how much I love music and how much I love acting. So that year after, I got guitar lessons from my parents, and even though the teacher wasn't great, I'm still glad I did it because I still know how to play the guitar. After the first year of guitar lessons, I wrote my very first song called How Do I Know. Around that time I also got my first braces and I went to high school, which I thought was gonna be just like High School Musical, but guess what? It's not. Nevertheless, I made some pretty amazing friends back then, and some of them are still my friends today as well. And I can say that my high school years were amazing just because of these awesome goofballs. By the way, I had dyed my hair brown around that time because of the movie Wild Child. Another thing that happened around that time was YouTube. I didn't really use it to upload videos at the beginning. I just used it to subscribe to people such as Shane Dawson. I was in love with him. He is so amazing to me. It was until years later that I finally uploaded my very first video named Ninja Teddy. It was basically about a little bear and his bear mama, Penny, and when she would get off to school, he would transform into a ninja teddy and fight off all evil. I guess a year later, puberty kicked in and I was so embarrassed of myself that I deleted all videos from YouTube. But that didn't mean I stopped making videos. The most videos I made were for school. I made a math rap, y'all. It was really cool. And I also wrote a screenplay based on a book with some other friends, and we actually got to film one of the scenes we had made. And that was a really cool experience. That made me love filmmaking even more than just acting. After 3 amazing years with my friends, it was time to say goodbye to them, since I had chosen the more creative course and they chose another. This meant I had to make new friends in a new class, and I really wasn't looking forward to it. But in the end, it turned out just fine. On my first day, I already made 3 great friends, who quickly became 2 great friends because the third girl had a bad habit of only talking about herself and actually never really listening to your problems. It was just fine because I had a lot of fun times with just these other 2 girls, but sadly the third girl also had a bad habit of telling others that we were basically the spawn of Satan. She quickly found new friends and they gave us mean looks. We gave them mean looks because that's what you did in those days. But all of this quickly changed after I talked to one of her new friends, and I always heard she loved writing just like I do. I love writing as well. So I asked her, "Do you like to write?" And she said, "I love it." And I don't know what happened after this, but I do know that we became friends immediately. She opened up a whole new world to me, from Marvel to anime, and we both helped each other with our creativity just from being with each other. I really think that I wouldn't be at this point where I am now if I wouldn't have met her. We later on also became best bitches because what's better than becoming best friends, right? And for your information, yes, this girl was Lisa, who recommended me this video. So yeah, the mean third girl disappeared from our lives as far as I can remember, and we quickly formed a group of 5, which after some necessary high school drama turned into a group of 4. Sadly, the grades weren't with us, so me and my bestie were off to the last year in a duo. We went to Italy together with school and we both graduated the same year, and we both also chose the same study to follow, speech pathology. I also regret this decision almost every day. Nevertheless, I met some amazing girls with dreams of their own to achieve, and without the stupid study I wouldn't have met them, so you girls are amazing. Around that time, something strange happened. Every month I got a really bad stomach ache, and it resulted in me puking 6 up to 7 hours straight. After a year and a half of waiting and doctor's appointments leading to nothing, it all turned out to be a chronic appendicitis. I don't really know how to pronounce this, but I think you understand. It had to be removed, and after the surgery I was all fine and well. The doctors did tell me that I could have died if I didn't came to the hospital that day. Good to know. A half year later, I moved out from my home to Nijmegen because I had a minor there to follow. A minor is half a year at another school. If you want to, you can also follow it on your own school, but hell no that I'm gonna do that. Nijmegen was awesome. The people were great, the school was great. Basically everything was great there, and I really found my music vibes back. I found my YouTube movie making vibes back, and I posted some DIY videos. I owe a lot to Nijmegen, so thank you very much. Another adventure was waiting for me this last summer vacation, which was called Horizon Tour. It's a music festival built around boats. You travel with a lot of singer-songwriters to the Dutch islands and perform every evening. I was in a masterclass band, which means that you would practice during the day and finish your own songs with a well-known Dutch singer-songwriter and then perform those songs you just finished with the masterclass band in the evening. I went to Texel and Terschelling, and I would recommend this festival to any music lover or any singer-songwriter. The festival gave me such a creative boost that I made more videos and posted them on YouTube without really caring too much. And since the video Winter Lookbook, I decided to post a new video every Friday, so my YouTube is going pretty well. At the moment, I still live at home in Almere with my parents. My sister already moved out to the city where she studies, so it's just the three of us now. And yes, my hair is now purple, it was pink before, and I am still deciding on what to do in the future. I think something with movies or photography for now. Oh yeah, let's not forget my 2 gay cats. So, in short, this was my Draw My Life. To be continued.